Well, good evening, good people. Mark Holmes here. As always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Hope everybody's having a great day. It is Thirsty Thursday. Got back from doing my day job, and I've been a little bit out of the loop, okay? But fortunately, there are plenty of great people out there that are taking up the slack, taking care of business and everything else. And shout out to Attack on the Cowboys. The young man is just growing in leaps and bounds and does an incredible job and does his homework. And I feel like a proud parent. You know, I kind of feel like Papa Smurf, you know, because I'm the old, you know, and the Smurfs are blue too, right? So maybe I could be Papa Smurf because they always say OG. How about just call me Papa Smurf, okay? Because they're blue, Cowboys blue. We'll make it a Cowboys blue, Papa Smurf. But I was watching and catching up, and Attack on the Cowboys, we're talking about Clarence Hill Jr., what may or may not be something, or what may actually be a test for the Dallas Cowboys. Because he had said, and I remember hearing this. Actually, let me go back a little bit. What Brian Schottenheimer said that they're going to do, he said, you're going to see people that are in different positions, some people that are, you know, second, third stringers that may be in first string roles to get extra reps. And they're going to be trying different things with people, okay? And I remember when I was in high school, oh my God, my junior year, we had, I think, about 7 guys that actually went on to play Division I football. We had a loaded senior class, and we ended up having basically only 4 starters that were juniors. And so the next year, our head coach basically said, we're going to try people in different positions to see what people can do. Except for me. He's like, no, you're staying at left guard. You're staying at left guard. He wouldn't let me try because I wanted to be a fullback. I was like, you know, I'm 210 pounds. I could run a 4.6 40. You know, I could pull like crazy. I'd be a great blocking back. But they're like, no, you're sticking at guard. And that's kind of where I think the Cowboys are. They're trying to break up everything and get people out of their comfort zone. And so what Clarence Hill Jr. had reported was, Cowboys Pro Bowl cornerback Deron Bland worked in the slot today with Kyer Elam and Andrew Booth on the outside. I asked Booth about it, and he said he prefers to play outside in what is a contract year for him because, you know, outside cornerbacks get paid a lot more money than inside ones do. And he said he would be talking to the Cowboys about it. So are we talking about we're talking to the coaches? Say, hey, coach, man, I don't want to play inside. Or are we talking about going up above the coaching staff? See, this is a couple of things here, At Calvin Watkins can verb, he was eavesdropping on our convo. It was just made, this bears watching. I will always give you the real. So here's the thing. You have some players that, you know, have developed relationships with the owners that can overstep the coaching staff and go to management. You would think like Micah Parsons would be able to. Now, here's the problem with this. We all know that happened with Jason Garrett, that players could circumvent the coach and go to Jerry, and Jerry would go to the coach. That's not the way to do this. That's not the way, and I don't know what way it is, but here's the thing. The coach should not and cannot be undermined like that. You can't have the players basically saying, screw what the coaches want me to do, I'll go to the owner. Because then you're getting cut off at the knees if you're the head coach, because ultimately you have to look over your shoulder to see, are they supporting what I'm saying? Are we saying the same thing? Am I telling a guy, here's what you're going to do, and you turn around and they basically say, screw you, I'm going to the owner, and the owner is going to be the one who tells you what to do because of me. Ultimately, that says the player is greater than the coach. And sorry, Deron Bland, you can't do it that way. You can't do it that way. And we don't know if this was real situation, if this was, the player yucking up, because a lot of times we take things out of context that we blow it up to make it something bigger than what it is. So, again, let me read exactly what Clarence Hill, this was yesterday. Shout out to Attack on Cowboys, because there's always Attack on Cowboys. Cowboys Pro Bowl cornerback Deron Bland worked in the slot today with Kaiir Elam and Andrew Booth on the outside. Now, again, this goes back to Brian Schottenheimer saying you're going to see guys that aren't number ones that are going to be playing and practicing at number one. This may be one of those cases where Brian Schottenheimer is like, I know what Deron Bland can do. I want to see Kaiir Elam and Andrew Booth in those roles because maybe Deron Bland gets hurt and I need to see what those guys can do. That we are trying to find out or coach up guys to be better than just being backup roles. And maybe in a pinch, I might need Deron Bland to take the slot because he's a better cover guy when we're going against certain teams. And I also have to look at this from the standpoint of saying, at some point Diggs is going to come back, and I may look at one of these guys like Elam and say he can play better because ultimately what Brian Schottenheimer has said is we are going to have the best 11 players on the field at all positions. He said that on the offensive line. No, shots fired at Tyler Guyton, but if you're not one of the best 5 on the offensive line, your ass is going to sit on the bench. And ultimately, it may be that he's looking at it and saying, we got 3 guys that are great on the outside, but I don't want to have one of them sitting on the bench. I'm better off having him play in the slot. And if this is actually, he's not happy about it, and he's going to go over the coach's head, then all of a sudden you've screwed the whole idea of having the head coach. So this definitely bears watching on where we are. It may be that the player's getting butt hurt too early when we're just doing some drills right now, and we're just putting you there because we want to see the other guys. And that would be what I would think more than anything else. So we'll see what we gonna see. As always, people, I'm going to go up here, grill some chicken and make some stir-fried rice and some broccoli and get some dinner. And I'll be back. So let me get out of here.
Can't stand it anymore. I've got to get out of here. I've got to get out of here. Calm down. Get a hold of yourself.
Stewardess, please let me handle this.
I've got to get out.
Calm down. Now get back to your seat. I'll take care of this. Calm down. Calm down. Get a hold of yourself.
Doctor, you're wanted on the phone. Everything's going to be all right. Please.
Sister, please, I'll handle this.
Yourself.